Hello friends, this is from Insight IX team. Today we will be learning about the basics of Excel, which can help you in formatting and handling the data in your future and in your course as well. I have listed down few topics over here, which we'll be discussing today. And the list goes on as a new sheet, which basically will tell you how to create a new sheet, edit a new sheet. You can rename it, you can delete your existing sheet. And moving on to the formula bar, we'll be introducing the formula bar to you, and also the formula tab under the Excel ribbon, and what all information and data you can extract from the formula tab. And the next would be styling and formatting, which basically will be telling you about when you have an existing set of data with you in Excel, how can you style, format, add the formatting uh, functions to that so that it looks much more presentable and neat. Next would be alignment. Alignment basically would be how to set your data in a given Excel. It is also basically to help your data look much more neat and aligned and in a proper presentable manner. Next would be inserting and deleting rows and columns. So it is pretty simple and very straightforward from the name as well, like how can you insert a cell or rows and columns when you have an existing data without disturbing the data also. Next would be editing, sorting and filter. So this is also related to the formatting as well. With the help of sorting and filter, you can definitely extract data in a very simpler manner and within a clicks of your mouse. And the last option would be paste option. In this we'll be covering 2-3 topics under head, like whenever you are copying a cell with a format or with a formula, how to present how to paste that particular cell into different cell or sheet. So that we'll be covering under this topic. Okay, so we will be starting with our first topic, which is new sheet. So under this, I'll tell you how to create a sheet, how to delete a sheet, and how to rename a sheet as well. So once you go down, you can see different sheet numbers are there. Next to that, there is a plus symbol. So for adding a new sheet to your workbook, you just need to click on this symbol, and you will be adding one more sheet. So you can keep on adding, like you can see the moment I click, I'm adding one more sheet. So this is the way you add a sheet, and if you want to delete a sheet, just hover over the sheet and just right click on that, and you'll see the second option as delete your sheet. So the moment you click, they'll ask you whether you want to delete, just confirm, and then sheet will be deleted. And same way you can rename your sheet as well. So right click on that, click on the rename option, and it will ask you to rename your sheet. You can just rename as working and then press enter, and then you can see your sheet has been renamed with Bobby. So this is how you rename, add and delete a sheet. Moving on to the next topic, which is the formula bar. So we'll be starting with the very basic one, which you can see over here. This is called the formula bar. So whatever cell entering data you do, let's say if I'll write IMT Hyderabad, you can see all the details which I'm filling, it's directly registering into the formula bar. So this formula bar can be used in other ways also to enter any sort of functions, mathematical functions in the Excel functions. So let's go to the formulas. There is a tab. Go to the formula. Here you can see there's a first option coming as insert function. The next one is a auto sum. This is some predefined functions is there. So you can see first one is sum, second is average, count number, maximum, minimum. So these are the very frequently and the very basic sort of functions which you can use in Excel. So after that you can see there's a tab coming as recently used. So in this, whatever formulas you will be using in your Excel while working, all the recently used formulas will be getting registered here. And then after that, all the financial related functions are there. So as in when you start working on your financial sort of documents, so all these formulas can be used in that sense. Same way you have logical, text, date and time, maths, other lookup functions and reference functions, and more of the statistical related functions is there, like sort of average is there, and you can find correlation, standard deviation, all sort of functions you can find under statistical. Same goes for the engineering cubes. So this is about the formulas and the formula bar. Okay, moving on to the next topic, which is style and formatting. Let me show you how can you format your data. You just need to go to the cell, right click on the cell, and you need to come down. You will find format cell as an option. Click on that. You will open with a dialog box. You just need to go to the number section, and then you have first option as number. Here you can see you can change the decimal points, and you can put a separator for the thousand uh, place as well. So let me show you an example how to work on this. Let me select the default. Let me go with the default given as a 2 decimal point. So when I select numbers and I just press OK, you can see the number change with a 2 decimal point. So if you want to apply to the same, you just need to select all the given numbers, right click, go to the format cell, and then again go to the numbers. We have 2 decimal point, click on OK. You can see all the formatting has been done on this. If you want to remove the formatting which has been done, you need to select all the data, right click, go to the format cell, and then again click on the down arrow and go to the 0 decimal point and click OK. So it will be back to the original data. So we'll try the other format as well. We'll again go to the format cell. We'll see this one is for the currency one. So this is if whenever you are entering any currency related data. So this can be very useful in that scenario. So let me show you how it works. So I'll also again go with the default. I'll just leave the decimal place as 0, and I'll not change the currency symbol. I'll just press OK, and you can see it has been formatted into the currency format. You can see they have entered the space and the symbol of our currency. So you can again apply it to all the data. Same, you need to go select all the data, right click, format cell, and again currency you need to go. You don't need to change anything. Just press OK, and you can see all the formatting has been done. So same you can try. You can work with the other given data as well. And if at all you want to go back to the normal one, you just need to collect the general bar. You don't have to do anything else. Click on the general bar, press OK. All the formats will be removed from the given data. Let me show you some other data as well. So this is for the accounting purpose, the date purpose. If you are entering any data, so you can use this format to enter it in a more specific manner so that it will be displayed as a specifically date. Again, you can go for the percentage. Percentage also works in the similar manner with the number, just that we'll be adding a percentage sign in front of the number. Let me show you how. So I'll select the percentage number. Same, I'll go with the 2 decimal point and I'll press OK. They have entered percentage in front of the number. So again, we'll remove the format. So this is all about the formatting. Next topic we have in line is alignment. So I'll show you how to align your data. So you just need to go to the cell and to home button, and then you will see an option here as alignment. You will see n numbers of options are available with you to align your text properly. So I'll start with one. This is for the top alignment. Like if you have data, let me show you. Like if I just drag the cell down rows wise, so you can see my data is also coming down with the cell as well. If I want to put it into the center, I'll just go to the alignment. I'll click on the center align or the middle align. Just click on that. The data will come automatically into the middle of the cell. So same goes with the bottom alignment as well. If I click on the bottom, it will go to the bottom again, and there is a top option. You will click on the top, it will come to the top. So I'll go with the middle one for now, and to the bottom of that you have left align, center align, and the right align. So it works in this way. Like let me say if I click on the left line, text will be on the left side of the cell. Wherever the text are starting from, it will start from the left hand side. And if I'll go to the center, it will come in the center of the cell. And same goes with the right as well. If I click on the right, the text will be on the right hand side of the cell. So this is with the alignment of the text. So I'll just keep it in the center as of now. Next, we have the orientation of the particular text which you have entered in the cell. I'll click on that and you can see in these manners you can arrange your text in a given cell. So if I'll click on the angle counterclockwise, you can see the difference. It has arranged in an angle counterclockwise manner. You can always change it to any other also. We'll go with the angle clockwise in this. You can see it's in the angle clockwise manner. So we'll change it and we'll try other options. It's like vertical text. All the text will be in this manner. Like you can see user input, it's been gone because the space is not available. So it's gone up. So we'll change it to, let's say, rotate text up. So in this manner, it is like going in an upward direction, writing it in an upward direction. We will change to the downward direction also. You can see it's been going into downward direction. Let's put it back to the normal. So it's like user, it's coming to the normal. So team, that's all in this video. To get to know more about the rest of the topic, stay tuned up. We'll be releasing our next video very shortly. Thank you for watching.